And TJ Show with a little extra, uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Yay. So Alexis, we've been talking about your engagement. Alexis got engaged over the weekend. Now you're going to have not a big to-do wedding and all, but you're going to have a normal wedding.
Yeah.
Do you know, you don't have to say who it is, but do you know who your maid of honor will be?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Who is it? No, I'm
Yeah, I think it's going to be three bridesmaids total.
Okay. That's not they always judge a wedding's size by the number of people in the bridal party or whatever. And some of them are just outlandish.
Yeah.
You got 13 bridesmaids and 13 groomsmen
and like 7 junior bridesmaids.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to tell people their kids can't be in the wedding at some point.
Yeah.
Did you say that Jay doesn't have many friends? So who's going to be on his side?
No, he does. They don't live. Any friends that live here in Charlotte?
That live here. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do what, Regan?
No friends.
Will Jay's sisters be part of your bridesmaids or like his groomswomen?
No, they're not going to be part of my bridesmaids.
Yeah, I never understood. Some families believe that the siblings have to be in the wedding whether they're friends with the other one or not. For example, when if let's say Rob has a sister, so if he and Meredith get married, then his sister would have to be a bridesmaid, even though she may not even be friends with Meredith.
I was one of her husband's groomsmen. My sister.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's if you go in for all the the importance on the weddings and all that, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's supposed to be that person's close friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So you could be. That's what usher.
Right. One of my best friends as one of the groomsmen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't ask him that.
But you need to have Madison as a bridesmaid.
He's going to be a bridesmaid. He's going to be the tallest bridesmaid ever.
A bridesman.
A bridesman.
But is it a Catholic thing, Riggins, where a family has to be in the wedding and it doesn't matter whether they're friends with the groom or the bride or whatever?
When my oldest brother got married, his wife's brother was a groomsman. Now they were close, but I don't know. I would be more worried about what the sisters are going to say. Like, oh my God, she wouldn't include us as a bride. I think more from their perspective, like, how are we going to be involved in this wedding? That's our brother.
Yeah.
What role are we going to play?
Well, they can serve at the reception.
Oh my God.
That's what extra women are for. Extra men are for ushering. To make you an usher.
Yeah.
Now we will include his nieces, which are his sister's kids. So in a way, they are included.
Mm-hmm. What are they doing?
Probably be like flower girls and stuff.
And I guess I just always looked at it wrong. And I'm not being sarcastic either. I really do think that I've never had the proper outlook on the wedding system itself. But it wouldn't offend me at all if somebody didn't ask me to be in their wedding.
No.
And not just because of because I would say, I don't have to get a tux. I don't have to go through all. It's just that it really just wouldn't, unless it's a really close friend.
Yeah.
But if it's just a situation where they feel like, we need to find a spot for him, and they didn't, it wouldn't bother me in the least.
You want to know why?
Why? Because I'm a man. Yeah. But I don't think it would bother, it wouldn't bother my mom. You know what I mean? That's usually say, well, you got to find a place for your sister. Well, my sister, she doesn't even know, Lucy.
Yeah.
I'm marrying. Well, you need to find a place. You can't have a wedding without your sister being in it. Meanwhile, the sister would probably be like, I'm fine.
Well,
I'll be the one having them sign the guest book.
But they are very
I
close
hope
to
they
their
don't
brother.
get offended. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
They are very
And he's
close.
the only one out of all the kids to be married, to get married.
But this is the part I don't get. Why is it so important to be in the wedding, to have a walk-on role in the wedding, rather than just be at the wedding and be part of it and be there to say anything you need, I'm here,
Right.
whatever,
I wouldn't be surprised if they all walk him down the aisle. We as close as they are, they want to be, you know, it's normally the mother of the groom, is it the?
It's the father of the bride.
It's father of the bride,
Yeah.
but doesn't the groom walk down with somebody? Well,
No.
either way.
Ace walked down by himself in
think-
his first wedding. He walked.
Yeah.
He walked
Yeah,
down.
maybe I'm-
Most of the time they come from the back with the groomsmen.
We had everybody walk because the
Yeah.
couples walked and all that stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, no, we're walking you down.
I feel like he would have told me that if he thought that his sisters, like, I don't know, I have to go home and ask him now.
Oh my gosh! I just thought of something. Am I gonna be the one to give you away?
My dad's. Stop it.
Yeah, her mother and I. I've got that line down. Her mother and I.
I bequeath to you.
What role in the wedding are the rest of us playing?
Rob, you can just hang out.
You can sit there.
I'm not going to give any of y'all jobs because I know you guys won't want them.
Have you thought about who's going to walk you down the aisle?
That's going to be a hard one. It's complicated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
got a
very
lot of everything.
complicated. But what I think is going to happen, as many, I've talked about this before. I don't have the best relationship with my dad. It's a work in progress. So I do have to call him this week to tell him what's going on. And I will tell him, if he wants to be invited to the wedding, he's obviously invited. If he wants to play a bigger role,
Yeah.
I'm open to that. But I'm not going to force that on him. But I think it might be my brother is what I'm thinking.
When's the last
Yeah.
time you spoke to your dad?
Probably over a year ago.
Oh, really?
In a very short, text message exchange. As far as how long has it been that we've talked on the phone? Years. Yeah.
Well, going back to the other thing, I forgot you have a brother, and it would be like you told Jay, you got to put my brother as a groomsman. Yeah. And then have Madison walk you down the aisle, give you away.
I don't know.
I also
it's gonna be
thought
sticky.
about my mom being the one, but I don't think my mom wants to do that. I don't think my mom's gonna want to do that.
'Cause it's not traditional?
She's gonna want no, it's not even that. I think that she probably would want my brother to do it as well.
Yeah. Him and his mustache.
And he needs to take that mustache off if he's gonna do it. But I haven't 100% decided yet.
Would you make your brother shave his mustache?
No, because his wife likes it.
Oh, that's good.
Whatever.
Would you make him trim up down there? Just,
Ew, gross,
Oh, Manscaped.
you're going to inspect all the groomsmen
No.
to make sure they're smooth.
disgusting.
Well, I'll do it.
Okay, you can
I'll
do
do
it.
it for you.
Traditional white dress.
Probably like an off-white.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to wear a white dress. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It should be off-white, like brown.
Very.
Yeah, no, I've had a past. Yeah, definitely like off-white. I don't want to veil. I know that for sure. That's not my thing.
Why?
I don't
You
know.
need to cover up
Stop.
a little something.
Shut up.
Are you gonna save money on a dress because you're short?
Maybe my mom's getting me my dress.
Yeah.
She's gonna buy it for me, so we'll see.
Oh my gosh.
She's
You
not
know
gonna
she's
make.
gonna make
she's
it.
not gonna make the dress.
She's gonna make you wear a homemade dress,
Yeah.
just like she made you wear homemade clothes to school. Yep, you're gonna wear a homemade dress. She's gonna bring it up here for you to try it on with a plate of pupusas. Look, I made a dress and some pupusas.
Let me tell you, she's the happiest about this because she's been on us. Like, so when are you getting married? The last time we went up there, which was a few weeks ago, she brought out this fake ring. Like, it's a costume jewelry ring. And she's like, here, Jay, like, you can propose to her with this. Go ahead, do it now. And she sits down on her chair and is looking at us. And we're like, Mom, stop being weird. So when I called her, she was like, finally.
So, have you heard from anybody from your past? Like, not necessarily old boyfriends or anything, but people that you haven't talked to in a while. Look at you. Maybe you dated them a little bit or whatnot.
There was one person in particular that commented on my Instagram post, and I was very surprised because I was like, I mean, weird but not weird, I guess, because we always stayed friends, like cool, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. I'm like, oh, okay.
Guy or girl?
A guy.
Guy, okay.
Yeah. Commenting congratulations.
Now, I know that it's so hard to get people to really understand when you've gone through a certain part of life and you know something that they don't know as far as just from experience. When they tell you okay, I know you're sad right now and this isn't what you wanted it to be. It didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to turn out. But when the right one comes along, you'll know. And it'll happen out of nowhere. That's so true, isn't it?
So true. And I'm going to get emotional saying this, but I always say that I obviously have had the worst experiences dating. And I think that after I broke up with my ex that I talked about on the show that lived in Virginia, I kind of had given up. I was just I'm done with this. This is a lot. And I remember praying and just telling God, I'm going to leave it up to you because I can't keep doing this. The dating sucks, the guys suck, and it's just a lot of hurt. So I'm just going to trust you. And I remember writing down in my journal, telling God exactly what I needed in a partner. And he delivered that and more. So I always tell people he is the reason why I know that God has my back, because it couldn't be more perfect. So I'll always tell everybody you got to pray. Pray and leave it up to God, because he really will know who your partner's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. We see I was kind of going toward more of a, TJ, you told me that. I wasn't really going for. I like the sermon. That was nice, but I was going more of. You were right.
But
TJ,
you were right.
You were right.
Neogenics presents the Extra Funny Podcast from the Ace and TJ Show. Click on acetj.com/neogenics. More Extra Funny next.
More of the Extra Funny Podcast is coming up on Ace TJ TV.
Hey, let's talk about pain for just a second. If you've been told that you have a torn rotator cuff, or your knee is bone to bone, or you need a hip replacement, that's going to be the only option that you have, or some sort of a bulging disc in your low back, and you're looking for an alternative to surgery with no medications and no downtime, well, these are specific reasons why so many people have turned to our friends at Neogenics. The professionals, the doctors at Neogenics have life-changing stem cell therapy waiting for you.
We're talking about getting rid of that nagging pain without surgery, without downtime. And the best part about it is they've got a 90% success rate, because they do things the right way every day. And it all starts with a realistic assessment of whether or not they believe they can help you. Here's what you do. You get a free consultation right now. Just call 704-727-6551, 704-727-6551, or go to acetj.com/neogenics. That's acetj.com/neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you, with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99, only at Papa John's.
Hey, it's Ace, and if you've ever thought, man, I wish I could take the Ace and TJ show with me 24/7, well, you can, thanks to the Ace and TJ app. This is it right here. You see, once you've got the Ace and TJ app, there's Ace and TJ Prime, Ace TJ Prime Plus, and just keep scrolling. You can hear the Ace and TJ show every day. You get the Extra Funny Podcast. You get so much more. 24/7, the Ace and TJ show, all the podcasts, plus you can even order from Papa John's right there, and so much more. We have all kinds of great special things included in the Ace and TJ app. So to get the Ace and TJ app, all you have to do is go to your app store and just search for Ace and TJ. It's free. Download the Ace and TJ app today and see all the incredible stuff that our app can do. And again, it's absolutely free. Just go to your app store, search for Ace and TJ, download the app today, and take us with you 24/7, anywhere and everywhere. Never miss a minute of the Ace and TJ show with the Ace and TJ app.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team. The official transportation company for the Ace and TJ show is Rose Transportation. They are fantastic. Whenever you need chauffeured transportation, you just go to riderose.com. That's riderose.com. It's Rose Transportation.
You've heard the expression that you can't have it all, but you can. You can have great food, great drinks, great atmosphere, and great service at one place. Fahrenheit in Charlotte, 21 stories above the city on South Caldwell. Get details and make reservations at FahrenheitCharlotte.com.
Only time Ace and TJ are proud to be a little bit extra. It's the Extra Funny Podcast. from the Ace and TJ Show.
I gotta start saving up a little money. Get ready for this wedding because that Rosetta Stone ain't cheap.
Man.
I gotta,
You know it. You know it.
Ace, you got to learn to speak
Yeah.
Spanish, didn't you? Didn't you get that for Christmas or something?
Yeah,
one year?
Amanda got it for me. Never used
Yeah.
it. Never even opened the box.
Well,
You guys got to see a speech in Spanish. That will be your job, actually, because I met Jay because of this show. So you
Yeah.
guys got to go up and give a speech, and I want it in Spanish.
We'll have to leave that up to Rob, I guess.
Duolingo's free, TJ.
I'll do it. Get that Rosetta. Is it Rosetta Stone or Rosetta Stone? Which way is
Rosetta
it?
Stone.
It's Rosetta Stone.
That's her
Rosetta
last
Stone.
name, right?
Yeah.
Rosetta's last name.
Hey, Miss Rosetta.
That would shut the place down if you got there to this place.
Tear it up, man.
Bienvenidos.
Andale, andale, and get married.
Hey, y'all.
Tacos. Pupusas.
Fajitas.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Congratulations,
Me llamo STJ.
Como te llamas?
That'd be great. I love
That would
it.
be killer.
Bienvenidos a this wedding.
Donde es el baño?
It would be like that scene in, was it Bridesmaids when she goes up there? She's just saying all the Spanish words that she knows.
Will there be anybody there who doesn't speak English at all?
I think there might be a few people from his. Nah, they all speak English to a certain degree.
But all of his people are New Yorkers, though, right?
Yeah, they are. No, that's what you got to be worried about.
know.
Dial that shit back.
And doesn't he feud? He has to feud with some of his family and friends about politics and stuff.
They don't
Being
talk.
as they're all New York people. he's-
Yeah. He doesn't bring up politics with his family.
Yeah.
Because that didn't go very well.
Because he's the outcast conservative then, huh?
Yeah. So they just don't go there.
Well, good. Then I don't want to meet him.
Like, I'm good.
I don't even want to deal with him.
Is that how you're going to start the conversation?
Yeah, I'm
Are y'all liberals?
Wait, but maybe they just ain't gotten a load of some good Spanish conservatism. I'm gonna throw that on them. I'm gonna go in praising El Salvador's new president.
Right.
Yeah.
I might like that.
So you're going to give them a load of Spanish conservatism?
Yes.
Okay.
Will it be a sit-down dinner?
So Jay said yesterday that the only thing that he really cares about is the food and his tux, that he really wants it to be like how he wants. So I think, I don't know if it's gonna be sit down dinner like super fancy, but it's gonna be good food.
The food will be
the
good.
food will be delicious.
Are you like you mean like a like tables and then be like a buffet? You just fix your plate and go sit down kind of thing, or what?
or maybe I don't know, like I don't know how it's gonna be. I haven't gone
Street
that far.
festival.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna have vendors.
get all your
You can
food
like go and buy your own food from different people.
Let's get all your food truck
Nothing
people
but-
to
Oh
come.
yeah, it'd be like a food truck
There's
fair.
gonna be chopped cheeses all around.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rob is like, yes, finally.
Just be like in a little square with a bunch of food trucks around, and
don't-
stringing some lights.
I don't need no fancy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're confirming that?
I am blown away by
Just a
that.
heads up.
I feel like I don't even know you anymore, Rob. When did
Don't
you
do it for
become
me.
such a common man?
Don't go out of, 2-for-1 corn dogs yesterday.
And Rob automatically thinks if it's called a sit down that it's fancy.
Yeah,
It's
that's
full on fancy.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, damn it.
But if you're talking about a sit down restaurant, which is the way a lot of Southerners describe it, you're talking about like Applebee's is a sit down restaurant. Like you don't stand up and eat.
That's the trick. Just do it at like an Applebee's or a Chili. Just buy it out.
Well, I have a lot of friends in the restaurant business, so you never know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
never
forgot
know.
that the guy that owns the people who own Ace No. 3 Burger and the Waterman and all that, they're white. They'll be there with us. You're gonna have them sitting on the same area with us.
He's
at the same
actually
table.
he's gonna be the one that officiates the wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I knew
'cause-
he would probably have a big part in it.
Yeah, and
I
so-
thought he might be the one to give you away when I was asking earlier. Yeah, no. That he might be the one to do it.
No, since early on, since we became really close, I've always told him that, even before there was even a boyfriend in the works. So as soon as it happened, I sent him a picture. I was like, you better start getting ready and get your license or whatever
Oh,
you
I
need
didn't.
to
That's what
do.
I'm saying. I didn't even know he was a preacher.
No, he's not.
Oh, so you get in that whole tearful monologue about God earlier, and then you're just going to pluck some restaurateur out and use him as a man of the cloth to perform your religious ceremony where you are joined in holy matrimony.
He's God fearing. It's high. He believes in God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he also believes. He better believe in that $29.99 to the internet to get his license.
I told him, like, I think you can get it online or something.
Yeah, my brother did that. He officiated somebody's wedding.
He did.
Got certified online or something.
Yeah.
They don't make it very difficult.
Yeah. I've heard.
Anybody can probably do it.
Somebody asked me one time about doing that. And I was like, thank you. I'm honored that you would ask, but no, thank you. That is
Who
not.
in the hell?
No offense.
I know. I was thinking, I'm like, who asked you to do that?
No offense. Who was it?
I don't remember. I don't remember who it was.
That was a joke.
Damn. I honestly don't remember who it was. I think
Or was that when you were investigating whether or not you could officiate your own wedding?
trying to
I have gathered
Do
before
I
you today.
take thee? Yes, I do.
Who was it that inquired?
A woman or a man?
A woman.
Was it like a fan of the
Listener.
show?
Yeah, like a listener of the
Okay.
show.
Were there,
They saw us. They were at a speech that I gave, and asked if I did, would I be interested in doing a wedding? And I was like, I don't even know what you mean. I'm not. They said, you can get certified to do it. I was like, nah, I'm sorry, that's not my thing.
You'd
I
probably
can't
be
do that.
great at that. All jokes aside, you'd probably be fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's not my thing. I just was like, I feel uncomfortable doing that.
I could see you officiating that woman that walked down to Crazy Bitch. Hey, y'all. We're getting married.
Y'all got any barrel fires
What
going
do
on
you
in
do
that
in
wedding?
that case, though? What if the preacher doesn't know? If there's no rehearsal or whatever, the preacher's standing up there. I'm assuming it wasn't a preacher, but let's say you were. It was a man of God who was standing up there, and they're playing Crazy Bitch, and she's walking in the aisle. Is he like, hey guys, we got a problem here. I can't do this.
Well, they're just dirtbags in general.
Yeah, that's true.
If that's what's going on.
I just wasn't
So
comfortable.
Alexis got quiet. It's just like, well, there goes the Crazy Bitch idea.
There went that.
Oh, God.
Damn it. What was wedding? What's the first thing that came up, or the first thing that entered your mind? Was it dress? Was it food? Was it I got to pick a date? Like, what was the first thing when it came to when you got over the excitement? We're engaged. Then the first wedding thought was what?
When are we gonna do this?
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't want it to be hot at all because I get my sweat stash and I do not want a sweat stash on my wedding
That looks
day.
bad in photos.
So I was like, it needs to be somewhat cool outside. So that's why I was like, either fall or spring, but spring is right around the corner. So I'm like, I don't know if that's enough time for a wedding.
Oh, sure it is. TikTok. What are you, 33 now?
Right? That's the other part. I'm like, we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, and y'all are going to have to, need to start having babies soon.
Right.
That's what happens when you wait so long to get married. Either you got to, start having children right away.
Right.
You don't have any. But then again, most couples, though, have already had a lot of time to enjoy each other when they were shacking up before they got married. So then once they do get married and they start having kids, and it doesn't seem like they just rushed into it or anything.
Right.
I cannot wait to influence your children.
Oh, God. You and together with Jay. Oh, Lord.
Yep.
I already know what they're going to sound like.
Let's hope so.
They're going to be like, Mom, I don't want to go to school. TJ says that's an indoctrination.
And Dad agrees.
Nailed it.
What are we going to do about Make America Great Again?
What?
Yeah. They'll be like 9 and already saying F college. Going to learn to be a Marxist.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's exciting.
It's very exciting. It's scary, too, at the same time, but, like, very exciting.
Yeah.
It's just such a grown-up thing.
What's the scary part?
It's just something new, and it's just, like, it's a commitment now, you know, like this is happening and like we're getting married, and I just feel like those are such huge steps in someone's life.
It's the final step into adulthood.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm finally growing up.
Finally.
I'm finally growing up.
You know, because married people, when you're, you know, all the way being a kid and everything, I mean, that's the ultimate grown-up thing, to be married. Mm-hmm. So make sure you act like it.
Yep.
Once you get married, and quit being out there in the clubs, twerking all over the place and carrying on and being on TikToks and all such as that.
All of that.
You be a respectable wife. He's making an honest woman out of you. And let's face it, we didn't think nobody was going to come along to do that. So don't you screw it up.
You and I both.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast. More next. It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. More of the Extra Funny Podcast in 3 minutes.
Coming up after 10 on Ace TJ TV. It's The Meaningful Meeting. Watch live or on demand anytime on Ace TJ TV.
Today, every company is a technology company. No matter what type of business you're doing, you are a technology company in some fashion. But becoming a fully enabled digital workplace is not easy. That's why you should let CompuCom guide you. CompuCom is a proven leader in managed IT services. They deliver innovative solutions designed for how you work today and, most importantly, for how that will transform tomorrow. They help you deliver results. Just go to CompuCom.com for details. That's CompuCom.com.
Papa John's garlic sauce fans, we made the garlic epic stuffed crust pizza just for you with that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
But you wanted more heat, so now you can get it in spicy. Get a one topping for $13.99 only at Papa John's.
Hey, let's talk about pain for just a second. If you've been told that you have a torn rotator cuff or your knee is bone to bone or you need an alternative to surgery with no medications and no downtime, well, these are specific reasons why so many people have turned to our friends at Neogenics. The professionals, the doctors at Neogenics have life-changing stem cell therapy waiting for you.
We're talking about getting rid of that nagging pain without surgery, without downtime. And the best part about it is they've got a 90% success rate, because they do things the right way every day. And it all starts with a realistic assessment of whether or not they believe they can help you. Here's what you do. You get a free consultation right now. Just call 704-727-6551, 704-727-6551, or go to acetj.com/neogenics. That's acetj.com/neogenics, where all you have to lose is pain.
Hey, it's Ace from the Ace and TJ Show, and I'm out here at beautiful Northstone Country Club in Huntersville, North Carolina. Just getting ready, getting some practice in for the Ace and TJ Jet Fitness 24/7 Golf Tournament. It happens Monday, November 13th, and it's all to benefit our charity, Peyton's Promise. Look, it's a day off from work. It's one round of golf for a great charity, and in the process, you're going to have a great time. In addition to golf, we've got the long drive competition. We've got putting for Peyton, so give me 1 second here. Well, I can't win anyway. You see why I need to practice. Go to acetj.com/golf to get signed up. It's acetj.com/golf. We need you. Peyton's Promise needs you. And your one round of golf could change somebody's life forever. acetj.com/golf for the Ace and TJ Jet Fitness 24/7 Golf Tournament, Monday, November 13th.
More than just a little funny. More than just a TJ Show.
So, Mr. Regans, you had some trick-or-treaters last night.
Yeah.
You didn't have a lot, though, right?
No, I'd say 12 to 14.
But
'cause I
more
was
than
counting.
more than you've ever had, though,
Yeah,
in that neighborhood?
last year I only had 5 or 6, and it was just 2 groups of kids, and one of them was like down next door almost. 2 doors down. But yeah, I had 12 or 13, so I was pleased with that. That was fine.
Yeah, were they fun?
Yeah, and they all said trick or treat, which I was really surprised about. I could have used a little bit more enthusiasm because they were like trick or treat. You know, some of them were real young, so it was just I'm assuming they were nervous and trick or treat. Happy Halloween, guys. Yeah, I was like very excited. So, and I give them, huge handfuls of candy.
Did you have good candy?
Reese's, Kit Kat,
Ooh.
Snickers,
Those are
Twix,
good.
all
The
the,
good
because I knew I wasn't going to get a lot. So I was like, give them the good candy. Then I gave them big handfuls and, oh, I like your costumes. It was great.
But they're not used to interacting with people. Those little kids,
the
and that's
little
why
ones.
they're not giving you. Oh, but because they're, their parents are too caught up on their devices and everything to show them how to interact with adults and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're like trick or treat.
Yeah, they were a little meek, a little timid.
You should have made them. Say, hey, look, this is the good ass candy that I've got, and I'm gonna give you a bunch of it. But you're gonna have to do your part here. Come
Yeah.
on, I'm all excited to see you.
Yeah. Huh?
Any good costumes?
Was a good costume. So a little girl was dressed up as a roll of lifesavers, and I went. It was a cute costume, but I went. This girl's never had plenty.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guarantee you've never had a lifesaver.
Was that
I
just
like
a
it.
stock costume that came?
Yeah, I mean, they clearly mom had purchased it. I had a Batman, an Iron Man. They were together.
That's DC and Marvel. They can't do that.
Yeah, good point. I didn't think I'd be like, get your shit and get off my porch.
You guys need to work separately. This is stupid.
Marvel and DC, and a baker. It was kind of cute with the little baker's hat on.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was fun, and it only lasted an hour because at 7:30 the last ones came, and then 8 o'clock I turned off the light.
It's like dark by then too.
Yeah, it was dark.
I think the best little kid costume I saw on the internets was a little toddler dressed in a whatever you call those uniforms that he was holding the reins like a horse, and his horse had the ribbon.
Really good.
Did Riley?
First of all, I have the worst doorbell. I don't know who installed my doorbell, but it's it's not a pretty doorbell at all.
It's a buzzer kind of.
Kind of. That's the way it sounds, but it goes throughout the whole house. I hate the doorbell.
Super annoying.
So I'm gonna look at that. I'm calling you.
Oh, I bet it sounds like an old school bell.
It's definitely going kind of, but it
It'd
was
been so
fun.
cute if-
Long before 6:30.
I was on fire accidentally.
Happy Halloween.
And so when it went,
They had guests. They had people came over and all, and they had like an outdoor fire thing on the sidewalk. And my mother-in-law had gone so far as to put together. They have a lot of trick-or-treaters. Put together bags of candy. So little Ziploc bags that had you might have like a little thing of Skittles and a Milky Way and that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, this is really nice. Like you've got excellent cake. They get more than one thing. They each got their own little Ziploc bag. Then she had what she didn't put in the bags, and she had the rest of it left over in reserve in case they ran out of the bags. But there was they had a few stragglers come through, and then we left at 7 o'clock. And as we got ready to leave to drive home, it had just gotten dark, and it's like, hello, it became kids everywhere. I guess their neighborhood is one you kind of come into, so that they had a lot of people.
those little bags in their buckets or whatnot, and that's how you can get away with just putting the shittiest candy you can find, because they can't see it when it goes in there, and they can't see till they're gone. They'll start digging through, and they'll open that bag, and then they got just disgusting like leftover Christmas candy
Ew.
or whatever you throw in there. Yeah.
Because they don't see it until later, they won't even know you're the one that
Right.
gave it to them. They're like, well, who do you think was someone gave
Like
us this?
caramels, Werther's,
Who gave us this bullshit?
Extra dark chocolate.
like sesame sticks candies.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that is so great.
I love that.
Oh man.
But we were talking about earlier, Riggins, when you were saying that I don't care what's in it or whatever, it's delicious. That I'm one of the weirdos that everybody talks about. Okay, I love candy corn. But I also love Smarties. I just
know.
love Smarties.
That I don't
Those
get.
taste like a little bit more flavorful Tums to me, I think.
Smarties.
Yeah, they're tiny Tums.
Tiny Tums.
Oh, I did learn.
I love Smarties.
I did learn something that may be helpful to everybody on the show for all the adults last night. I was outside coming in. I went inside my in-laws' house to get Dax in his car seat and everything. And some of their friends that they have dinner with every Friday night were over. And I've gotten to know Donnie pretty well through the years. He goes, David, little advice. David's my real name. He was like this, little advice. I said, what? He goes, just if you ever think bourbon and sweet tarts go together. He goes, they don't. For some reason, they had, golly, what is the Buffalo Trace? Is that the bourbon? Yeah. I wasn't having anything to drink because I was driving, but they were having a drink, and again, it was brutal.
Oh, he didn't put the sweet tarts in the bourbon.
I know he may have.
That would have been delicious, I think.
I think he just threw the sweet tart in his mouth and then took a sip of bourbon and was like, that's
thing for him, and then took it over to his mom. And but I told y'all I thought he was getting kind of the age where trick or treating may not be a big deal to him anymore, and it was. His mom said, "I don't even know. He doesn't even have a costume. He hadn't made up his mind whether he's going to trick or treat or not." And this was yesterday afternoon.
And he still got candy. Jody's too nice. Yeah. I'd be like, you got to come and knock the door and do the whole thing for me. Give me some candy.
I was pretty impressed though.
She even made him a mix, like this new recipe that she found. It had those caramel bugles in it and stuff.
She goes all out. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was impressed with the costumes. They were pretty solid. They weren't all the ones that I saw last night were like legit costumes, not just, hey, here's my my baseball uniform or whatever that I would do as a kid.
I'm Anna Nicole Smith.
What? That when he walked off the side.
Oh man!
I sent y'all a picture of what Meredith's nephew.
That was really good.
He made a robot costume.
So cute with I love.
Maybe a teenager.
Robot.
It's got the spatula and the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. The robot costume.
That took a lot of work.
Yep.
Is the girl your cousin?
She was taking him out trick or treating.
Yeah. That's fun. Where do they live?
Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah. So not close to y'all then.
Nope.
So you didn't have to deal with them.
Nope.
Nobody even tried to come to your house trick or treat.
Our house.
Maybe.
Thought of that.
He
No
can't
one has.
talk.
He didn't have pants on.
What is he building in there with all these deliveries?
Yeah.
His house is wicked.
Never open the blinds.
His house grows hair on the deck. His deck is growing hair.
He doesn't even come out to.
I heard he lives in the attic.
I heard he lives in the attic. Me too.
I never thought of that, but wow, that could be.
Be scared too.
Gas.